She's just coming up to her third hour and her third feed. And here she is, we're just doing the third feed for her now. She's doing really, really well. She's been going now for 5 hours. And she's doing really, really well.
go on, side to the beat. Go on, side to the beat.
Signs tell me the words you spoke.
Can my deaf family understand me? I know him. Wait and see.
Oh.